Yeah. Let me get my notes out. You already hear what I'm playing. Why not? It's 8:15 p.m. Hey, that's what I hope you say at the end of this live here, man. Thank you for a lovely time. Now I gotta cut this off because you know how YouTube be tripping. And I think even Twitch, I'm not popular enough to just let music rock and they actually play it. So that's why we gotta get up off of there. But we're gonna talk about the song that you just heard, as well as that EP. But of course, me, shameless plugs at the beginning, made in the 1980s. Made in the 1980s. Hey, this week, we're going to do a live episode. The live episode will happen on Thursday, this Thursday. And since I've seen the dinner plans that I have, let's tentatively schedule it for 8:15 p.m. Let's do that because I do not think I will make it in time in the afternoon, the early afternoon, to do the show before 5. So we're going to turn up on a Thursday night. Yeah. We'll go about 10 milligrams deep, maybe 15. We're going to crack this mic. We're going to talk music. We're going to have a great time on Thursday. And I hope that you are able to attend. But matter of fact, I'll work on the thumbnail for that after I finish up here with this. But a couple items, because I've been on the social platforms and the internet, a little bit more than normal. And I want to talk about a couple things before we get started. First, go Knicks. Go Knicks. I think last season when I saw them lose to the Pacers in the second round, I was like, man, I want to cheer for the Knicks. And then they traded for Cat, and I was like, I don't know, because I'm not the biggest Cat fan. I'm a fan of Cat, but not Karl Anthony Towns like that. But he's been balling. And man, they about to get the Celtics up out of here. And prayers to Jason Tatum, and I hope he recovers. I just saw on the ticker that he had surgery. Like, they trying to ASAP him back to health. But go Knicks, man. I would like the Knicks to come out the East. I love New York fans. I love New York Knicks fans. Now I'm from Illinois, so it's probably low-key blasphemous for me to even be cheering for the Knicks in my older years because 90s Bulls, the vibes. But man, I'm happy for the Knicks. I am. Out of all the teams that are left in the NBA playoffs, they are the only team that I definitely would like to see win. Wouldn't have a problem with them winning. Even though, hey, look, Donovan Mitchell and the Cavs, I'm not mad at them either, but they got a lot of injuries. So, But shoot, hey, man, go Knicks, man. And Tyrese Halliburton is proven he's overrated, right? Pretty dope. But that's all my sports talk. I don't want to listen. I don't post about sports anymore because I'm tired of going back and forth with people that they just want to troll. They want to rage bait. They want to do all this other nonsense. I just enjoy the games when I can, but it's go Knicks. I don't think I'm buy a jersey worthy of like the team. I would buy like Nick colors for like a jersey for me, like my name on the jersey. That would be cool. I'm not jersey purchase fan in this era. I'm too old, I think. And I don't mean I'm too old to wear jerseys. I'm too detached from the game. I remember the 90s and the 2000s. Shoot, I remember some of the late 80s as far as basketball games are concerned. But the 90s, 2000s, and then the 2010s, I'm all fanned out on sports. I just watch to be watching at this point. I won't even lie to you. I stay in Tennessee, so I hope the Titans do well. Cam Ward, Camp from the Port. I'll cheer for him. I might buy his jersey. Black quarterbacks, especially in Tennessee, black quarterbacks. You guys support your black quarterbacks if you're black in Tennessee. I'm just saying. Just saying. Last order of business before we get to this Alex Isley win EP. So randomly got on TikTok yesterday, and I see the trending topic of gingers are black. It's interesting. It's interesting. I was trying to see who started it. I don't know the original origin of this and how this all started. I do want to say two things though. One, I've always thought redheads were fire. Like, I kind of got a thing for redheads. Like I'll take redheads over blondes any day. I'm in the dark features, so like dark hair, brunettes, black hair. Like I'm not really a blonde guy in general. So the fact that the attraction level for gingers was high for me anyway, I could see them being black. It makes sense to me. Hey yo, Detroit Red, Malcolm X. Malcolm X is a redhead, right? I don't it's not as uncommon. I think what is happening here is that people are seeing people with dark features, African features, if you will, black features, and they're noticing that they have red hair, and that is black people having different color hair is more common than not. Shoot, there was, I mean, it's a little gray now, but when I was a teenager and I first started growing out my hair, it was growing like light brown. And my mom was like, "Wait, your hair's not black? Did you dye it?" I was like, "No. It's just growing this way. It's just growing this you know what I'm saying? So I can't, I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, so like technically my hair is like brown, but it's black and gray now. So I guess that wave is over. God bless the 90s. Yeah, hey, look, yep, Katie's Gall. Peggy Bundy is fire. Fire. I've always loved Peggy Bundy. I mean, Kelly decent, you know what I'm saying? Hey, listen. Here's another one for y'all. Y'all might not be ready for this one. Low key Molly Ringwald been fire, bro. Like she been fire. Yeah. And man, there's a man. I'm trying to think. I'm just gonna Google famous redhead actresses because I know if I see her face, I know I'll know it. I'll know it. Oh, Isla Fisher, she's fire. Definitely. I already told y'all Molly. Hey, Lucille Ball. If you catch one of those I Love Lucy episodes in color, fire. Super fire. Oh man. Oh, it's some new ones I ain't even seen in here. Molly Quinn is definitely she's a nice looking young lady. All right, I don't want to get too wrapped up in this, but this is interesting. Hey, and shout out to all the gingers out there, male and female, that are like very being very empathetic and sympathetic to black struggle. And I never really thought of them being as like the black delegation of white people as far as like discrimination and just like treated like differently and outcasted. This has been interesting conversations, but I don't listen. I'm not here for all the race play, or as well as like just racial discrimination. It's just wrong. It's just wrong, guys. But Emma Stone though. Emma Stone is super fire to me. And she's been like, yo, Emma Stone has been super fire to me. I do want to throw that out there. But yes, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the gingers out there. Hope that works out for y'all. Shout out to all of you that want to be considered to us. That whole invite to the cookout thing, I just don't like it. I just don't like the aspect of it. I wouldn't even invite some of my black friends to cookouts because they don't pay for nothing. They don't buy nothing. They come there to eat. They can't cook, start fights. You don't need everybody at the cookout. And that's a life rule. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is. But let's talk music, man. Cause we can get down to a rabbit hole of highlighting women with red hair. And we can get into that at any moment. And we might do it Thursday. We might do it Thursday. Who knows? But let me get my notes. There's not many notes today for this particular live because this is a short project. Let's talk about Alex Isley. Alex Isley, Win, the EP, recently released. I want to say, has it even been out 2 weeks? 2 full weeks? Let me look here. Because I don't believe so. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's been out for about a month. I'm sorry. Because that makes sense. I Now that I think about it, hands, and I want to say thank you for a lovely no, Miss Goody Two Shoes had already been released. And I actually happened to hear one of those joints because like when you well, I don't know. I listen to music on title because the music sounds better on title. And um if you ever playing like Lucky Day, Kenyon Dixon, Coco Jones, anything in that vein, sometimes it will just start auto playing like an Alex Isley record. So I definitely heard a couple of these joints a while back. But or I just hear them within or just music from her. Let me put it that way. I hear music from her after I'm listening to those caliber of artists. So with that said, what I want to start off with, man, Alex Isley may be the smartest songstress in music right now. I'm going to take a sip of water and let you think about that. Yes, Alex Isley may be the smartest songstress in the game right now. Why do I say that? Because I want to say, man, she's going on about a good decade of dropping nothing but like EPs and singles. And I think her longest project is only like 9 tracks, and it's a collab joint. It's a collab album, and I'll tell you the power. Yep, she did a project with Terrace Martin. I left my heart in Ladera or Ladera. I don't know how you actually pronounce that city or name. But her and Terrace Martin, and that's a dope project too, by the way. But that's like the longest project to date that she has. But for the last 10 years or so, I want to say that she's dropped maybe one actual like full length album, 9 or 10 tracks, or projects with more than uh no more than 5 or 6 tracks, and those are some of those. So with that, why do I think that's brilliant? Because obviously, if you've been out as an artist for 10 years or longer, you've watched music change. You've watched music change from people wanting double albums at one point to wanting your mixtape and then an album. And then, you know, Future taking the no limit approach, but it's just him. So he keeps dropping every month or every quarter. And there was such an oversaturation of music. And in the midst of all that, because this is going back to 2015, 2010, 2011 to 2015, Alex Isley is just now putting out, music that's available for streaming platforms. I'm not saying that she doesn't probably have any more music before then, but this is where we are. And hey, not for nothing, man. You trying to put out albums 2015 to 2020, Chris Brown's in the way, Beyonce's in the way, there's kind of in the way still, Trey Songz is in the way. Like, there's a lot of artists that Ty Dolla Sign definitely in the way. He be just gets in the way. There were a lot of artists, Rihanna, Alicia Keys, so many artists that were they're just getting the push. They're just getting the push and they're getting their name out there first. So it may be hard to get seen, even if you're only dropping 9 or 10 tracks per project. So then she switches her approach, and you might get a single here, get a single there, a couple fire features, drop an EP, 4, 5, 6 records. And boy, does she not miss. She doesn't miss. Her setup, I actually would recommend this for virtually any artist today. If there's quite a few playbooks. There's not many playbooks, I should say. There's not many playbooks that I would steal if I was still trying to create music as a career avenue. Because as a hobby, it doesn't really matter, right? But I would absolutely take the approach of, you know what? I'll give them 5 songs at the beginning of the year, maybe 5 songs at the end of the year. You do 2 EPs, that's 10 joints per year. That's enough, especially by the time you get to a year and a half in of your recording. So by the time you're 3 EPs in, you have at least a fire 15 to 30-minute set that you can do. And I think just where music is right now, as we've devalued music as far as the tangibleness, like it's streaming. It's not even download files anymore. Now they're just streams. They're streams of waves. So as we devalue this, well, labels have. I don't think humans have. I think tech companies and music labels have devalued music. But saying that to say, I would 100% drop 2 or 3 EPs within an 18-month span and then try to hit the road. And I would do like nothing bigger than the theater. I wouldn't do more than 5,000 seat venues, because those are the real fans. Those are the powerful voices that can help you maintain the career and keep your lights on. I know we'll never be in a time where 100% of the artists that want to make it in the music business. There'll never be a time where 100% of the artists wanting to be in the music business will not want a major record deal, because some people do want fame. Some people do want the aspect of, hey, my name is in lights. Live Nation is on the bill. I get the $1 million budget. I get to do all the, market one media and things of that nature. And there's no knocking that. Everything is not for everybody. But if I, as just an independent artist at any age too, so don't just think I'm regulating this to you if you're 16 to 25. Listen, I don't know what you do, but I don't care if you play guitar, you play the trumpet, you're a singer, you're a rapper, whatever it is. If I was 35 and up, if I was 35 to 50 years old right now, and I am, I'm in the age range, and I wanted to pursue a career in music, I would take Alex Isley approach, and I would drop an EP, 5 or 6 records, drop another EP, 5 or 6 records, maybe give it like 2 months, 2 or 3 months, maybe first quarter, fourth quarter, or first quarter, third quarter, whatever it is. And then if I got 12 joints and I could find somebody to go on the road with me, I would put together a half hour, maybe 45-minute set. Let that person have a 45-minute set or so. And I walk the dogs. Put me in the venue where it's 300, 500 people, 1,000 people, 2,000 people, because hey, at $20 a ticket, $25 a ticket, that's more money than a lot of the patrons will see in a month. Just saying. You got to do the math, because the math gonna math, and the math don't lie. So I believe that's I believe that's powerful. I mean, again, hey, listen, just again, basic math. 500 tickets at $20 a pop is $10,000 for one show. $10,000. You do four. Now do four shows a month. Again, you got there's hustling, and then there's hustling backwards. Which one do you want to do? You know, and that's not to say that all of it's going to be tax free. You may not. You may only see maybe 4 to 6 thousand of that after everything that you owe. You know what I'm saying? But I take that life over signing some 5 album deal to get the exposure. Like I'm making 10 bands a show, and really I can't get booked until I get placed by Live Nation, and they got me on the bill with like uh Justin Bieber or Bad Bunny or Rod Wave, and like nobody's really there to see me. So I'm just kind of getting whatever they want because a lot of people on these tours, they're not making five a show. And that's just because of the devaluing of the music. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Keith. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, that's right. That's right. That's right. All the way in Ypsilanti listening. I appreciate you, sir. Um, so yes, I was glowingly and affectionately saying how I believe Alex Isley is the smartest songstress in the game. Um, eh, because of how she drops and at the sample size in which she drops just singles, EPs, singles, singles, EPs. But here's the other piece of it though, y'all. Her voice is incredible. You know what I'm saying? The melodies that she chooses are heavenly. I love the way she sings. And the songs are strong lyrically. You know what I'm saying? Um, and that in the world of auto-tune and just marginal talent is great. Hey, listen, I don't want to speak on rap music because I don't want to tear anybody down. But the singers of the 2020s, the late 2010s into the 2020s, they are pretty daggone good, man. They are really good. There are some really great singers. There are some really great writers out there right now. And um, you kind of got to take a rap break just by circumstance, by force, because a lot of people are just giving you the same content. And the difficult part about rapping is that once you say everything or you're dealing with fans that heard everything, you have to find a different way to say the same thing. And sometimes the best bars are behind you. The shelf life of great rapping is rare. That's why we're always arguing over the same five people. That's why. That's hey, y'all want reasons why people think Jay-Z is the best rapper? Because since 1996, at least he's been able to diversify rapping about the same thing the best. You know, it's only a handful of people that can, you know. Even Snoop has put out a reggae and the gospel album just to kill time, you know. But Jay-Z has really either he's been a rich drug dealer or a rich businessman. He hasn't really deviated much. I love Nas. I think Nas is the greatest rapper ever. Nas' strength is that he can just rap about life. Doesn't necessarily have to be his. And he was killed for that during Takeover versus Ether. But look how that transformed into the whole second half of his career. He probably did some of his best work in his 40s. Just saying, just throwing that out there. But we're not here to talk about rap. We're here to talk about Alex Isley win the EP. Man, so couple fast facts. One, yes, for anyone that was wondering, yes, Alex Isley is the daughter of an Isley brother. Yeah, but it's not Ron. Yep, it is Ernie. Ernie, this is her. That is her father. That means Ernie has a daughter, and his daughter's name is Alex Isley, right? And just in case you have not heard of her before, she's got some dope collabs out there. One with Jack Dine, Destin Conrad, Masego, Lucky Day. And also again the project I was just talking about is she got a whole project. It's like 9 or 10 joints with Terrace Martin. And they're dope, man. It's just good music. It's fire. I don't know what you're into, but sex, love, and relationships. That's that's what all the good R&B songs are rooted in. Sex, love, and relationships. I'm not a really big toxic R&B guy. Excuse me. I'm not a real big toxic R&B guy. I don't do all of the low key I hate women anthems. I don't like a lot of those. I don't like a lot of the music where I feel like men are disrespecting women while trying to harmonize. I don't it just doesn't do it for me. Now, granted, you can have breakup songs. I'm not anti breakup songs. I love breakup songs. Doing Just Fine, I think, is one of the most underrated breakup songs. Or the you thought you got me, didn't you? I think it's one of the greatest songs by Boyz II Men. If you just listen to the lyrics, it's like, yo, now I feel this. But um sex, love, and relationship songs sung well to the right production are undefeated. Undefeated. I got it right under 80s rock as a genre in itself. Anytime you rapping, anytime you're thinking about sex, love, and relationships, it's cheat code. It's cheat code worthy, especially if you really have talent. And that's what Alex Isley is chock full of, right? So EP, again, man, I can't deep dive. It's 6 tracks. It's 18 minutes, 3 seconds. But I will tell you how it is. Out of the 6 songs on here, I think 4 of these are undeniable. Excuse me. I think 4 of these are undeniable heat. And my favorite joint on here is Miss Goody Two Shoes. Because it's one, I think it's the perfect blend of everything that this EP has as far as like song structure, melody, track fire, and just again, sex, love, and relationships, what you talking about. You know what I'm saying? Um, Fool's Gold. Um, and listen, every woman loves a good self-worth song, right? But hey, fellas, though, I would challenge you. I want to challenge a lot of fellas out there. Get into the self-worth R&B bag because dare I say, the more you listen to those kind of songs from men or women, but hopefully from women, and depending on how good they sound, I'll speak for me. It does make me want to treat women better. It does. Like it just makes me want to be nice to women. I love hearing. I'm starting to love, and I could just be getting old. I could just be getting too old. Now maybe I'm getting too soft, or maybe this is just the right path, and maybe I got too far off of it. I don't really know, but I tell you what, depending on how women are singing about self worth, it really makes me want to be a stand up man and take care of them better, even if they're not mine. I'll say that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get to these comments. We're going to see my man Wang. We got some things to talk about after this because of high key, I'm with you. So, so yeah, Fool's Gold. I love that joint on there. Hands. Again, that was one of the singles that she also released in the lead up to this EP. And then Thank You for a Lovely Time, which closes out the EP, which I thought is phenomenal. That matter of fact, if the playback will let you even hear it, that is the song I was playing as I was getting on here to start the live. 4 out of 6. I mean, what more do you want? You know what I'm saying? What more do you want from an EP? Because hey, listen, there are some 2 and 3 packs out there that that's maybe 0 for 3, 1 for 3 maybe in this production. But again, I think Alex Isley is doing it right. Obviously, she comes from good stock. We haven't I don't think we've ever will be in a decade where somebody with the last name Isley is not dropping something that is fire. And she's just carrying on the legacy. It's great to see. It's great to experience. Um, yeah, man. I'm glad that I can speak positively about a woman in music. That's what I want to talk about real quick. Sorry, let me just give one more sip. Often we talk about women being objectified and celebrated for the wrong reasons. Those reasons being like sex appeal, raunchiness, vulgarness in music, right? And I think my platform specifically, I won't speak to anybody else. I think I have done a pretty good job of giving the balance of highlighting talented women in music that just happen to be beautiful, but not overly sexualized. Now, that's not to say that I am not attracted to them. That's not to say that I am I don't fancy them. They're like as like being easy on the eyes. Yes, no, I think these women are beautiful. But the beauty honestly is enhanced with the more talent that they show you they have. And I don't personally count twerking as talent, right? I don't necessarily count um how nasty a woman can talk as talent. I'm actually more impressed by women that can really dance, that can really sing, that are multifaceted, like that can really act. I think that is the win that we don't highlight enough. And I think men, we need to do a better job of that. When from now on, what I would like men to do, especially even around women, when they say, "Oh man, so and so is fire," or "So and so is this, that, or whatever," we got to go on there like, "Yeah, that joint was hard," or "She was really good in this," or "Yo, I really like her look." It like we can't. And when I say like her look, like we can't make it all about how she was pee popping or how she was talking about how she want to, take it down or get money or all these just surface level things that don't really matter in the grand scheme. We need to really start highlighting beautiful women that have talent because one, that's going to diversify the market, and two, I think it's just going to push. I want to say culture. It's just going to push. Well, amongst us, black delegation, that is, it will cause a shift in our culture, you know, but it's just going to cause a shift in art and art being great again. Music is art. Movies and music, television, it's all a form of art. Yes, a form of media, but it's a form of art. And I think the more that we champion very talented women that just happen to be beautiful and we speak about it in that manner, that it will cause a shift. Hey, listen, just like I got on here and talked about Lotto and Glorilla, Lotto and Glorilla, came on here and talked about Coco Jones and now Alex Isley. Um, when the new Cleo Soul album comes out, I'm gonna probably talk about that. Victoria Monet, who I believe I said she is the best woman in music right now. I really do believe that because I listen to her songs and her writing is incredible. And the way she puts everything together, and a lot of her songs are like unisex, like they could apply for men or women. I would love to hear some men cover some Victoria Monet songs. So saying all that to say, man, Alex Isley, when listen to it because she's talented. Yes, you can think she's beautiful because she is. That's facts. But Let that not be the only thing that you say when you speak about her and other women that are very talented in the music space. Have a favorite song from a woman. It's okay, I promise. One of my favorite albums ever, and I keep saying this, I'm going to say this forever. One of my favorite albums ever in life is Faith Evans' Faith, her debut album. It dropped on Bad Boy, but it's an incredible album. It's an incredible album. And truth be told, I didn't even think Faith was that fire back in the day. But the music is really what made me like, yo, this chick is super dope. So I had to listen to it. And I would love if I could give anything to other listeners of music, it would be that. Like, man, just really listen to the talent, really hear these women out. Listen to Alex Isley. If she's in your city, go see her. Go see her live. That's is one of my things to do. If she's in Nashville, or if I can make it to Chicago or Atlanta or wherever she is, I want to see her live, because something tells me she's going to smoke some of these songs that I've picked up from this EP and just over the last 10 years. So I would love to see her live as well. So that is it for the review. Let me get to these comments. Let me get to these comments real quick. Yes. As far as Hove and Push, yeah. Hey, listen, 25 years. It's actually 28 years now. Pusha T has been rapping about cocaine. And man, does it sound different. Dag near every time he chooses to rap about cocaine. And for those, I know Grinding came out in like 2000, but I'm counting The Funeral. The Funeral was a Clips song that came out in like 97, 98. That was the first time I actually heard them, because I thought they were twins. Much like I thought they were twins even when Grinding came out. But yeah, but no, they're like years apart. Those are just some strong, dominant traits in that family. But yeah, Hove and Push. There aren't many people that can rap about the same topic and make it feel brand new. Hey, even Jeezy had to pivot a little bit, you know. And then not for nothing, a lot of people rap about the same things, and we're just not as interested anymore. T.I. raps really well. T.I. is one of the greatest actual rappers ever. But unfortunately, the content hasn't really inspired us to run out to the stores to go get it anymore, because we like rapping is difficult. Rapping for a long time is difficult. It is, especially if you're not going to rap about your current life or lifestyle worth maintaining. This is also another reason why I made a Facebook post about this. This is why I do herald people like Fonte. I feel about Fonte the way y'all feel about Andre 3000, the way y'all feel about Kendrick Lamar. But I say that because now, for 20 years, Fonte has 4 or 5 verses per project that literally resonate and run parallel with the life I am living at the time, or life that I have already lived. That is a skill that is unbeatable. And you don't need to deep dive. You don't need to decode. You don't have to Google nothing to figure out what he's saying. Like, no, Fonte is just ill. He is one of the greatest rappers of our time. And he does not get enough credit or respect for the way in which he raps about real life. And I don't care what you've been through. You can be a college student. You could be a convict. You can be the greatest dad in the world. You could be a deadbeat dad. No matter what you are doing with your personal life and time, Fonte has about 10 raps that apply to you and will make you think and will make you feel. And it will be plain as day in your face. So he's one of the only few. There's a handful of rappers. And again, this is skill rapping is one thing. Life rapping is another thing. The other side of reality rap is that everybody ain't in the street. Right? So for reality rap, so for reality rap, for the common man's reality rap, I feel Fonte is the best at that. The everyday man, the blue collar man, or the white collar man. Just the non-street nigga, but he got something that the street dudes will feel too. So my man Wayne said the best Boys II Men song ever. Now I'm guessing he's talking about doing just fine. I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you. I as I think about it, it's probably I gotta check the credits. It's probably the best song that Babyface didn't write. For sure. Yeah, Boys II Men, I don't know, man. That 2 album though, man. There's some joints on that 2 album that were just incredible. But hey, I don't mind doing just fine being in the top 3 for sure. And I'm not just gonna definitely put it at 3 either. It's up there. It definitely no lower than 4 because they got off on that. You know, they got off on that. Yes, yes, little brother, man. They are. I mean, great duo. Amen, amen, and shout out to rapper Big Pooh too, man. He's actually gotten he's just better with time. He's actually dope. He's actually pretty dope. But I just think Fonte's just on another planet with the rhyming, bro. He's just on another planet. It's just too crazy. Uh okay, we're about 42 minutes. Okay. Hey man, look. Alex Isley, Win, the EP. In your phones, on your DSPs, wherever you listen to music, to kind of segue out. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, 6 tracks, 18 minutes, 3 seconds. Out of 5. I mean, it's hard to not give this a 4 because it's so short. It's I sincerely love 4 of the 6 joints on this project. 4 out of 5. Yeah, and obviously EPs you grade a little differently from full albums, but heat is heat, and there's some heat on here. And you won't go wrong if you're trying to listen to some heat. You just can't. You just can't go wrong. And this is another one of those times. There's another young lady. I might get to her EP before I listen to that Step Brothers 4, Step Brothers for Life. I'm actually going to be potentially putting this on to somebody brand new to me. I ain't gonna lie. I came across a young lady by the name of Naomi Sharon, and her cover looks super dope. So I'm kind of curious to see what this music sound like. And she has an EP out, only 6 tracks. So I think I'm gonna give that a spin. I might have another EP update, or maybe we'll do an EP in the album so I can give y'all a little more lengthier content. But listen to that Win. It's dope. Buy music, support real talent, go to the shows, buy the merch. Let your favorite artists know that you care about them. It is hard to be an artist. It is hard to create a sound and sell it. I know a little bit about that. It is difficult. It may look easy from the kind of stuff that wins from time to time, but be clear, being a musician is probably the hardest job in the world. And I really do mean that. And I say it for this reason, because it's not that heart surgery is easy or brain surgery is easy. And it's not that being a police officer is not difficult, or a firefighter, or an EMT, because those are taxing jobs. The difference between that and being a musician, though, is that there is a definite right and a definite wrong way to do the other jobs. There is no right or wrong way to do music because music is art and art is subjective. All of your debates about music, whether it be with me, your girl, your uncle, your cousins, your friends, it's all because y'all just don't hear it the same. There's probably only one way to do brain surgery the right way for that specific part. You can't adjust the lung and that helps heart surgery. You can't you can't determine a different kind of water. Like, you can't throw lemonade in a fire hose and it has the same effect as water. It's just not going to work that way. That's why being a musician is the hardest job, because you are now creating words and sounds in an effort to sound different, but to be universally accepted and make a profit. It's difficult. It's difficult. And probably all of us think we could do it. Only half of us will try, and maybe 5% of us will be successful. That's how difficult it is to be a musician. Think of everybody you ever grew up with. Look at your graduating class. Out of, let's say, 20, 25 people of them that pursued music as a career, how many of them made it? And when I say made it, how many of them are doing it as their only source of income? That is their full-time job, their brand of music. You won't have more than 3. Unless you went to that performing arts school where the Roots was at, and then like Eve and all, and all them was in there. You're not. You won't find it. You won't. So just keep that in mind. Thank y'all for tuning in. I sincerely appreciate you again. 5:15 Thursday, this Thursday, live episode 60, made in the 1980s. Let's set it up for 8:15 p.m. because I have dinner. But even if I'm late, I'll be here. I'll be here because we gotta because that is gonna be the Friday episode. We're just gonna record on Thursday night. And it's about that time. Expect total debauchery on Thursday. And we'll tease topics as well. But until then, man, I want to thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. And just know that always and consensually, it's love.